perfect hair, good height, and bold features. These are the traits most people associate with the above-average human look. But not everyone fits that standard mold. Some people stand out in ways that are flat-out unbelievable, whether due to rare conditions or strange lifestyle choices. From a real-life werewolf to a man born with his head seemingly upside down, these cases will leave you speechless. Join us as we look at the 15 men you won't believe actually exist, starting with Number 15, the Brick Eater. In a small Indian village lives a man whose eating habits are very weird. Pakirappa Hunagundi doesn't love sweets or spicy meals. He eats bricks, mud, and chunks of stone. While most of us reach for pizzas or chips, Pakira's diet consists of materials used to build homes or pave roads. He consumes nearly 7 pounds of these non-food things daily and says he's been doing this for over 2 decades without harm. His condition, called pica, causes a person to crave and consume things with no nutritional value. Most pica cases involve chalk or paper. Pakira prefers rubble. What's strange is that his teeth remain in good condition despite chewing rocks. He has no interest in normal food. Offer him meat or chocolate and he'll pass. Hand him mud and he'll eat it gladly. He says if someone helps him quit, he's open to trying. But until then, he'll keep snacking on bricks like they're candy. Doctors to this day remain puzzled by how he manages it. Number 14, Arlindo de Souza. Back in 2014, one man in Brazil took extreme measures to build muscle, fast. Arlindo de Souza injected his arms with a dangerous homemade mix of oil and alcohol to look like a professional bodybuilder without spending years training. The result was very unique. His biceps ballooned to 29 inches around, giving him the illusion of superhuman strength. Inspired by icons like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arlindo wanted the size, the muscle, not the grind. But shortcuts came with long-term risks. Many who've used similar injections didn't survive. His friend Paulinho died from an infection caused by the same method. Still, Arlindo kept going, pushing his body further in the name of size. Doctors warned him of long-term damage, like nerve issues, blood clots, and even death. But for Arlindo, the attention was worth it. His arms may impress at first glance, but behind the muscle lies a cautionary story. He became a living example of what happens when an obsession with muscles outweighs common sense and health is traded for spectacle. Number 13, Yu Zhenhuan. Hair fall is a common issue. Doesn't matter if you're using antimatter shampoo or a barber blessed by the gods. You can't regrow what's fallen. But you won't believe it. Yu Zhenhuan had the pretty opposite problem. He was practically a walking hairbrush. By the time he was a toddler, thick black hair had covered 96% of his body. Even the delivery room went silent when he came out completely wrapped in fur. Yu has a condition called congenital generalized hypertrichosis, which causes hair to grow where it normally doesn't. On average, he grows 41 strands per square centimeter. Life wasn't kind. Kids stared, adults whispered, and clothes felt like sandpaper. His parents did their best, but they couldn't shield him from everything. In 2004, he even needed surgery to remove hair from inside his ears. But Yu didn't stop. He acted in films at 6 and eventually chased a dream that had nothing to do with hair and its rock music. Number 12, Amu Haji. In a quiet Iranian village, Amu Haji became a living legend, not for fame or fortune, but for refusing to bathe for more than 60 years. Born in 1928 in Dezgah, Fars province, Haji believed water and soap would make him sick. Locals said emotional trauma from his youth pushed him into isolation, and he chose to live alone, disconnected from society. Covered in thick soot and hardened layers of dirt, he slept in open pits or a crude brick shelter. He ate raw porcupine, sometimes roadkill, and drank from rusted cans or puddles. His pipe was filled not with tobacco, but dried animal waste. Despite his lifestyle, Doctors who examined him in 2014 found no major illnesses. He resisted bathing his entire life until 2022, when villagers convinced him to wash. Months later, he died at 94. Some believe the sudden change weakened him. His life left behind a strange legacy, proof that sometimes our beliefs shape our survival more than science could. Number 11. Claudio Vieira de Oliveira. When Claudio was born in Brazil, doctors didn't think he'd live. His neck was severely twisted, his head positioned upside down, and his limbs deformed due to a condition called congenital arthrogryposis. Some told his mother not to feed him, expecting he wouldn't live long, but she refused. Claudio grew up with love, support, and grit. Every task was harder, but he adapted, learning to walk on his knees, type with a pen in his mouth, and use a phone without help. He finished school, became an accountant, and began speaking publicly about his journey. His speeches are packed halls across Brazil and beyond, where he inspires others to face life head-on. Despite the stares, despite the daily discomfort, Claudio remains confident and defiant. His life is a direct challenge to every assumption people make about physical limits. He didn't just survive, he became living proof that with enough fight, you can rise above even the harshest odds. Number 10. Tai Ngok. Going over 40 years without sleep sounds impossible, but for Tai Ngok, that's daily life. At 83, this Vietnamese man says he hasn't slept a single night since the 1970s. Despite zero rest, he carries on like any regular farmer, working in the fields, making rice liquor, and never once showing signs of fatigue. His neighbors vouch for it. Local doctors examined him multiple times, but modern science couldn't explain it. No drowsiness, no exhaustion, just constant awareness. He insists he feels fine and has never taken sleeping pills. His insomnia began after a fever decades ago and never went away. Yet somehow, he stayed completely functional. While others collapse without sleep, Tai remains steady and focused. He doesn't need caffeine, naps, or breaks. His body simply doesn't switch off. Scientists remain baffled, and his case is still considered one of the most unexplainable anomalies of human biology. Whether it's a medical mystery or something else, Tai continues proving sleep isn't always required. Number 9. Anthony Lafredo. Since childhood, Anthony Lafredo dreamed of looking like something entirely inhuman. While most kids imagined flying spaceships or meeting aliens, he wanted to be one, and nothing was going to stop him. It all began with tattoos. Not a few, but full-body coverage. He even inked his eyeballs, turning them a dark, eerie green. Still unsatisfied, he took it further. He split his tongue in half to mimic a snake's, had his ears surgically removed, and eliminated his upper lip. Then came the most shocking move. He amputated 2 fingers to reshape his hands into claws. His nose, gone. Replaced with subdermal implants that give his face a sculpted, otherworldly look. Today, Anthony's appearance is unrecognizable from who he once was. To some, he's an art piece. To others, a horror story. But to himself, he's finally who he always saw in his head. His commitment to transformation makes him one of the most radically altered people on the planet. Number 8. Justin Jedlicka. Now this guy, or should we say walking doll, doesn't just care about people. He lives as he is. Justin Jedlicka, a stay-at-home husband at 33, had already undergone 32 cosmetic procedures, and that was just the beginning. His obsession with becoming a real-life Ken doll turned surgery into his lifestyle. Born in 1980, it all started with a single nose job, but soon snowballed into hundreds of procedures. He's had implants in his chest, shoulders, and triceps, each one sculpted to replicate the plastic perfection of a doll. Hitting the gym is not part of his plan. He's spent more than most people earn in decades, all to craft his version of flawless. But for Justin, this isn't just personal, it's also professional. He now designs custom implants for others chasing a similar look. Call it extreme if you want. He doesn't blink. To him, looking like a human doll isn't an obsession. It's his identity. He's not one of many. He's the blueprint. Number 7. Nick Stoberl. Nick Stoberl isn't just an artist and comedian from California. He holds a record for something nobody else can match. His tongue measures an absurd 10.1 centimeters from tip to upper lip. That makes him the Guinness World Record holder for the longest tongue, officially beating the former champ, Stephen Taylor of the UK. While most people hardly give their tongues a second thought, Nick's has made him internationally known. He can lick his nose, touch his elbow, and even claims he never needs napkins. It's that long. But having a tongue like this isn't always convenient. It takes him more time than usual just to clean it properly. Surprisingly, Nick isn't the only one in his family with this trait. His younger brother Chad also has a freakishly long tongue, suggesting it runs in their bloodline. Whether he's performing stand-up or showing off his record, Nick embraces it all and keeps the title of world's longest tongue right where it belongs. Number 6. Stephen Wiltshire. Stephen Wiltshire sees cities the way others see photographs. All he needs is one glance, and he can recreate every detail by hand. Diagnosed with autism as a child, he barely spoke. In fact, his first word wasn't mama or dad, it was paper. Drawing became his language. He started with animals, then cartoon faces, and eventually skyscrapers. As his talent grew, so did the scale. He could fly over a city just once and then sketch the entire skyline from memory. In one famous example, Stephen took a 20-minute helicopter tour over New York. Then, from a blank 16-foot canvas, he drew every bridge, building, and street with stunning precision. He's done the same in Tokyo, Mexico City, and London. His drawings aren't just good, they're exact. Though world famous, he stays grounded. He still draws daily. For Stephen, it's just fun and art. Number 5. Derek Paravicini. For most people, music is just something to enjoy or listen to. But for Derek, it's everything. He remembers every song he's ever heard and can play it flawlessly after just one listen. Born 3 months premature, Derek needed oxygen to survive, which damaged his eyesight and left him blind. Later, he was also diagnosed with autism. But inside that silence and darkness was a rare gift, an ear that never forgets music. Derek has perfect pitch and can instantly recognize and reproduce any note. He knows over 20,000 pieces and can play them all on the piano without missing a beat. From jazz to classical to pop, nothing escapes him. Despite his blindness, Derek never gave up. With the help of dedicated teachers, he turned his talent into something incredible, performing around the world, forming his own band, and earning global praise. Though he cannot see, his playing moves people in ways even sighted musicians can't always achieve. Number 4. Sam Burns. Sam wasn't like other kids. From the moment he was born, he battled a rare condition called progeria, an illness that causes the body to age at nearly 10 times the normal rate. While other children were still learning to walk, Sam's body was already showing signs of aging. His joints stiffened, his bones weakened. But through it all, he never lost his spirit. He refused to be defined by what his body couldn't do. Instead, he focused on what he could. He lived with purpose, stayed optimistic, and inspired everyone around him. His parents, determined to help others like him, launched a foundation for progeria research, with Sam standing proudly beside them. He gave talks, appeared in documentaries, and told the world that happiness doesn't depend on how long you live, but how well. Sam died at just 17, but his message didn't. His strength and refusal to feel sorry for himself made him unforgettable to everyone who heard his story. Number 3. Sajjad Gharibi. Sajjad isn't your average weightlifter. With his colossal frame and raw strength, he's earned a nickname that fits perfectly, the Iranian Hulk. Standing 6 feet 1 inch and weighing close to 384 pounds, he's built like a machine, every inch of his body packed with muscle. People often compare him to Marvel's Green Giant, but Sajjad prefers a different title, the Persian Hercules. His journey began online when pictures of his massive build started circulating, quickly turning him into an international sensation. His Instagram now boasts over 800,000 followers, all eager to watch his intense training and insane feats of strength. But he's not just lifting for attention. He's got goals. Sajjad is training hard, hoping to become the first Iranian to compete in WWE. He's serious about stepping into the wrestling world, and his size alone makes him a force to watch. Number 2. Gary Turner. Gary Turner holds a Guinness World Record, but not for strength or speed. It's for something far stranger. This is famous for skin elasticity. Gary has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a very rare genetic disorder that makes his skin stretch far beyond normal limits. While most people would see it as a condition, Gary made it a feature. His skin is so loose and flexible that during performances, he can stretch the skin on his stomach a full 6 inches outward, without pain. Audiences watch in disbelief as he pulls and twists his skin like rubber. In one act, his belly doubled as a table strong enough to balance 3 full pints of beer. Far from hiding it, Gary took his rare condition and turned it into a career, entertaining crowds and educating people about EDS along the way. Now in his 40s, he's still performing and still surprising people worldwide. His story proves that even the most bizarre physical traits can become your greatest strength. Number 1. Chandra Bahadur Dangi. Chandra was born in 1939 in Reamkoli, a small village in Nepal. From the very beginning, it was obvious he was far shorter than other children, but with no access to doctors, no one knew why. As he aged, his growth remained extremely limited. When fully grown, Chandra measured just 21.5 inches tall, earning the record for the shortest adult male in documented history. A rare type of primordial dwarfism was the cause. Due to his size, ordinary activities became major challenges. Walking distances, being seen in crowds, or even picking up objects. He never went to school and spent his life weaving and crafting. In 2012, at 72, he was officially measured by Guinness World Records. Suddenly, he was known worldwide. He traveled, met other record holders, including the tallest man alive, and proudly represented Nepal. Despite the fame, he remained humble. In 2015, during a trip to Samoa, Chandra passed away at 75. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.